Hi ladies and gentlemen, Christoph the Polish Geek is back with another movie review, but this time it's a review of a very trashy movie, Megapolis by Francis Ford Coppola. Like what? Francis Ford Coppola, the guy who gave us The Godfather, and this was supposed to be your passion project and all you're giving us is this? I've actually been kind of looking forward to this movie when the trailers came out and all, the whole concept of New Rome based on an ancient Rome and all. Yup, that seemed wicked cool and wicked interesting, and I kind of began. And when I found out that it was being directed by Francis Ford Coppola and it was his passion project, I found sign me in! And then the fact that the Hollywood clearly was very much trying to hide this movie made me even more pissed off and made me so much want to support this movie. But then when it actually came out, I've been hearing that it's absolute trash, and while I don't trust mainstream critics, when I looked at some of the more hidden critics I trust, and they were also very much bashing it, that completely made my interest in the movie drop to bottom. But at the same time, why do I have this channel, guys? So I could see movies and review them for you, among other things. So no matter how much I wasn't interested at this point, it's kind of my duty to see it for you, ladies and gentlemen. So I did go and see it, and while I was already prepared to dislike it, it was so much worse than I thought. Oh my gosh, I was so bored. This is literally now the worst movie of the year, which says a lot. This is where we got Madame Web, we got The Crow, Damsel on Netflix. Yet somehow, this by far is the trashiest movie of the year. Somehow it managed to dethrone every single other movie of the year. Some would say this movie doesn't know what it wants to be. That's putting it lightly. There is absolutely no story in the movie whatsoever. If some people ask what this movie is about, it's mostly about nothing. Other than just New York City has been turned into a new Rome and clearly is supposed to very much represent ancient Roman Empire, but other than characters constantly speaking in quotes of ancient Rome, which could be interesting if there was some explanation to it and all that, but nothing is explained. It's just oh look, this is New Rome that's modeled after ancient Rome, and then using every quote from ancient Roman writers and other people from ancient Rome you could find, and then just inserting into a movie instead of actually writing some actual interesting dialogue and giving actual interesting information about the New Rome, how it all came to be and all that. And all the characters are just so bland and uninteresting, and I thought at least maybe the world building will be good, but even that isn't good. As I just said, it's New Rome, and then people either wear modern outfits or ancient Roman outfits without any explanation whatsoever and all that, and it's just okay, but I don't even know how it all came to be and the purpose of it, the history of it, or what the culture is especially that it's every other scene is basically an entirely different story, and none of those stories are resolved. It's just basically a bunch of different scenes stitched together, just all taking place in this New Rome. And it's not even Megapolis. Megapolis is apparently a city that they plan to build at the end, but even that is just mentioned once, then shows up at the end of the movie, but it completely takes the backstage throughout an entire movie. Oh my gosh. The only time the movie somewhat caught my attention was when there were Colosseum games. First the races and then the gladiatorial games and all that. And the music admittedly was pretty cool, but again, nothing really was explained. It was basically just, oh, ancient Rome had gladiator battles and chariot races, so here we goes. Is this technically New Rome? But again, nothing really was explained, and all the characters are so bland. At this point, I even don't remember their names at this point, and I've seen the movie yesterday only, but I don't even remember any of the names of the characters. That's how blunt and interesting they were. Even the performances were terrible. Like Adam Driver, he really sucked at the role because I actually don't think Adam Driver is a bad actor. He just needs to be given a good script and a good director who can get a really good acting out of him. I don't think he's a bad actor. If given actually a good script, I think he can act. But here he's terrible. Oh, and his character also has an ability to stop time, but again, nothing is explained how it all works, and all he just has power to stop time because it's cool. And who doesn't even think he is? Dio Brando?
Behold the world!
Megapolis is the worst movie of the year, which says a lot because this year we got Madame Web, Borderlands, yet Megapolis just literally managed to be at the very top spot for worst movie of the year, which is such a shame because this was directed by Francis Ford Coppola, a guy who gave us the Godfather trilogy. And he claimed it was his passion project, and even at the end of the movie when the credits rolled it said, dedicated to my wife Eleanor. If this was supposed to be dedicated to his wife, then this was very insulting dedication, I gotta say. And when he was saying it was his passion project, more like, maybe in the past it used to be his passion project, but now more like, oh, you wanted this project for me so much? Here you go! It's clear how much development hell this movie was. But thank you all of you for checking out this review. Press the like button, please subscribe to this channel, and I will talk to you later in another movie review. Or something else, we'll see. Talk to you then, bye!